Hey, guys, if you know my story, you gotta love me. I work so hard for that. Guys, Pantoja is the first champion that we're going to be rating, and I'm giving Pantoja a 7.5 out of 10. I'll tell you why. He's cleared out his division. He's an absolute unit. He's a monster. He's disrespected in the pound-for-pound rankings. I mean, this guy has cleared out an entire division, and he's ranked number 9. I get it, okay? These guys weigh more than him. Okay, I get it. Pound for pound means pound for pound. It doesn't mean, oh, he's 135 pounds, so he automatically is better. The disrespect Pantoja gets is unbelievable. I'm giving Pantoja a 7.5. I love this guy, man. Pantoja is a monster. He's a killer. He's a good guy, too. He's a chill guy, bro. He's a chill guy. All he wants to do is come in and win fights and be a champion, bro. Not to mention, when he got on the mic and called out his dad, hey, Dad, you love me now? You remember me now? I'm a champion. Look at me now. Man, that just hits the heart hard, man. Pantoja finds a way into the soft spot, and I have to give him a 7.5. Honestly, I was thinking about giving him like a 7, 6.5, and that's nothing against Pantoja, okay? Pantoja is a monster. Like I said, he's cleared out a division. He's an absolute unit of a mixed martial artist. I have a preference, guys. I have a freaking preference. If I don't like the guy, I'm not going to give him a freaking 9.5 out of 10 just because he's number 9 on the pound-for-pound list. Just because he's a freaking champion. You know what I'm saying? Pantoja gets a 7.5. Honestly, I kind of want to bump this up to an 8, but I'm not going to. You'll see why later on. I'm going to be a little bit more strict. Merab Dvalishvili is up next on the list, and I'm giving Merab an 8 out of 10. Guys, hear me out. Merab has dominated bantamweight. Okay, Merab has literally every killer that you can think of in bantamweight, Merab has beat. And he's still going to keep going. Not to mention, too, the machine is an absolute animal, bro. Merab Dvalishvili, I mean, he puts a pace on guys that is actually fun to watch. It's not him just sitting there sniffing your crotch. It's him taking you down, throwing you around, showboating on you a little bit, then tossing you to the left, then tossing you to the right, then throwing in some pitter-patter knee strikes, which I don't mind, bro, because Merab Dvalishvili's active. He moves. He does stuff. He doesn't just sit there and hug you. Mario Bautista. Not to mention the presence that this guy has on social media, too. I enjoy, man. He's a funny guy. You know, his skits, his way of selling fights. You know, Merab went from being one of the least loved, I don't want to say he was hated, but least loved guys in the UFC to now getting his flowers, and he deserves it, man. Merab's a killer. He's a beast. He's a great guy. He's a chill guy, and I'm giving Merab an 8 out of 10. Ilia Topuria is up next. Now, I know what you're saying. Oh, well, this guy vacated the belt already. He's no longer the featherweight champion. Now it's either Volkanovski or we don't know who's going to win that fight, buddy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rate Ilia Topuria, and then I'll rate those guys later on, okay? Fine, I'll give Volk right now a 10 out of 10, and I'm going to give Diego Lopes an 8 out of 10. Okay, there. You happy? Ilia Topuria is getting a 9 out of 10, and here's why. You know, I honestly debated giving him an 8 out of 10, just because he knocked out Volkanovski and Max. But then I was like, dude, I can't be biased here. I can't do Ilia Topuria like that. Ilia is so fun to watch. Ilia does exactly what he says he's going to do. Yes, he's arrogant. Yes, he's cocky, but in a sense of a fighter way. You know, when people sit here and try and compare him to Conor McGregor, you look at Conor McGregor, there is no comparison. Ilia Topuria is a family man. He's a great guy. He's never going to go after women. He's never going to go after, you know, his opponent like Khabib Nurmagomedov, for example, and just, you know, try and cause all this animosity. You know what I mean? Conor knew how to sell, but Conor was also kind of an ass. Ilia Topuria is not that, bro. He's such a good guy, and he knows how to sell fights. You know what I mean? He sells his fights with his fists. I'm giving Ilya Topuria a 9 out of 10, but he's not beating Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev, my only knock on this guy is that he knocked out Volkanovski. That is literally my only knock on Islam Makhachev. Islam has been a perfect person. He's been a perfect fighter. He's been a perfect everything up until this point, bro. Call this glaze, call this whatever you want, call it slobbing on Islam. Listen, Islam deserves it, bro. Never even a cricket chirping against this guy. You know, Khabib had his ties with the Russian government. He had all that BS going on. He had the beef with McGregor. He had this, he had that. Islam, the only ish talk that he talks is because he knows he's the better fighter. So he's going to talk bad about your skills because he knows he's going to beat you. Unless you're Alejandro Pantoja and you're knocking him out. Just kidding. I have no idea how people actually fall for the fact that I think it was, I don't even remember the guy's name. I think it was like Adriano or something like that, but I can't believe people actually think that that is Pantoja. Anyways, Islam is getting a perfect 10 out of 10 score. Role model, absolute unit of a killer in mixed martial arts. Pound for pound, number one. You know what I mean? You can't get any better than Islam Makhachev. And yeah, people give this guy, or people don't give this guy his props. People give this guy his knocks because, he fights featherweights. Well, he fights people on short notice. Well, I don't care. I don't care. Did you see him just absolutely dominate Renato Moicano and submit him in minutes? What? Did he not knock out Volkanovski in like 30 seconds? It's short notice, but he's proving that even if it wasn't short notice, he'd dominate these guys. He would dominate these guys. There is no good way to prepare for Islam Makhachev. He's too good everywhere. I'm going to stop glazing him now, okay? I'm going to stop glazing. Islam Makhachev is getting a perfect 10 out of 10 on my scorecards. We got Bilal. Remember the name Mohammed. Listen, I kind of don't like Bilal. I really don't like Bilal. Bilal talks way too much and doesn't fight enough. Like, why is he talking about Leon Edwards, bro? Why is he talking about Leon Edwards right now saying, oh, well, Leon's not going to get a fight for another 3 years. He's going to have to wait. You know, he's going to have to wait his turn. Bro, if you're the best and you know you can beat him and you dominated him that first fight, why wouldn't you fight him again? Why are you sitting here nitpicking your opponents, bro? Why is Bilal Muhammad thinking he's the freaking CEO and the UFC welterweight champion of the world? Listen, Bilal is too dominant. He's great. He's a phenomenal wrestler. And his striking is improving significantly, too. You can't knock the guy. I mean, he's a phenomenal mixed martial artist. But man, dude, Bilal Muhammad right now is simultaneously carrying 2 belts. The welterweight championship belt of the world and the yapping belt of the world, bro. Because all this guy does is yap. Sean Strickland, Dricus Duplessis. Oh, I'm going to move up. I'm going to beat Dricus Duplessis. Oh, well, Sean Strickland doesn't have a chance. And then he's beefing with, like, Robert Whittaker and all these random people. It's like, dude, why are you beefing with Bobby Knuckles? Bobby Knuckles is a chill guy. Like, there is no reason to beef with all these people, bro. I don't know. That is my only knock on Bilal Muhammad. That's why he's getting a 7. It turns me off. It just turns me off the way he does it. DP is up next. And I'm honestly sitting here, I'm kind of regretting giving him a 7. You know, DDP isn't at the top of my list for sure. He's a great champion. You know, the plot armor is definitely helping him out in his situation. But, man, sometimes I just sit here, I just think, what if we had a cooler champion? What if we still had Bobby Knuckles as UFC champ? What if we still, I think, listen, now that I'm thinking about it, I think that's why I gave DDP a 7 out of 10. Because he knocked out Bobby Knuckles. That's it. That's got to be it. Okay? DDP is getting a 7 out of 10 because he knocked out Bobby Knuckles. End of story. He's a great champion. He's a pretty good fighter. Okay? Super unorthodox. Super weird. Super, DDP. But I don't know. There's nothing that stands out that I'm just like, wow, man, I love DDP. Wow, man, DDP is such a chill guy. I just love him. You know what? Other than the Alexa Grasso video where DDP's like, all of them. That is literally the only time I ever remember seeing something about DDP. Listen, I'm giving DDP, I'm bumping him up to an 8, okay? I can't give DDP a 7 and rank him at the same ranking as Bilal Muhammad. I'm bumping DDP up to an 8 out of 10, okay? Don't listen to that 7 out of 10 right there. I'm bumping him up to an 8 out of 10. Oh my days, where do I start with my glorious light heavyweight GOAT Poatan? Where do I even start? Bro comes in. He saves UFC 300. He saves UFC 303. He fights 4 times a year. He is on a 4 or 5 fight knockout streak. Okay? Yes, he knocks out Yuri Prohaska. Yuri may have been one of my favorite fighters. And you know, I kind of hated Poatan the first time it happened. The second time, I just kind of hated Yuri for it. Because he didn't make enough adjustments for Poatan. Okay, but you can't knock Alex Pereira for that. Alex is a beast. He's a monster. He is a true embodiment of a light heavyweight champion. Okay? True embodiment of a light heavyweight champion. This guy doesn't go to decisions. He knocks people out. He knocks people the F out. That's the greatest thing about him, bro. Yeah, his ground game might be this. Yeah, his jiu-jitsu black belt might kind of be fake and frauded. Who cares? Who cares? Poatan is a monster. And the influence that this guy has solely just off the Shama alone, man, all I got to say is a 10 out of 10 for Poatan Pereira. And he's knocking Magomed Ankalaev out this weekend. Let's go! And of course, the actual UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Tommy Aspinall. Man, I got to give Tom Aspinall an 8.5. Honestly, I kind of want to give him a 9, 9.5. But he's not fighting right now. And that's solely John Jones's fault. So John Jones is literally dropping my Tom Aspinall ranking. John Jones, what are you doing, bro? Anyways, Tom Aspinall, great guy, phenomenal mixed martial artist. I mean, the dude is a Brazilian jiu-jitsu actual black belt, okay? And he doesn't use it. He doesn't use it. He just knocks these big, vicious boxers like Sergey Pavlovich out in a second. You know, Oh, you got a wrestler? Oh, no problem. I'll knock him out too. I'll knock Curtis Blades out too. This guy, for crying out loud, has defended an interim title, bro. Tom Aspinall is the current heavyweight champion of the world. He's a great guy, phenomenal mixed martial artist. And honestly, I love watching Tom Aspinall content, bro. I love watching Tom Aspinall on YouTube. I love watching his interviews. He's a great guy. Stand-up guy, and I'm giving Tom Aspinall, I'm bumping him up to a 9. I have to bump him up to a 9. I can't keep him at an 8.5 because of John Jones, man. I can't keep him that low because of John Jones. Tom Aspinall is getting a 9.5. Guys, that is it for the video. Let me know your ratings for each of the current UFC champions down below, or if you just want to drop 1 or 2 of them, man. Just let me know what you think. Who are your favorites? Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video while you're down there, subscribe, like, and I'll talk to you next time. Deuce.